In a world focused only on self, we want to shift the paradigm to be purposeful women of God.
So join us as we grow in God's Word, strengthen our faith, and shift our focus from me to thee.
Hello and welcome to the Purposeful Women of God podcast. I'm Ashlee.
And I'm Tabitha.
And we're back.
We're back.
Yay. Oh man, it's been a
This has been the longest break we have ever taken.
Yes, I think it has for sure. In 3 years
Yes.
we've been doing this?
It's been nice, but at the same time, I really miss being in the studio.
Yes, miss being in the studio and doing this. We've been doing other things, but yeah, we've really missed being in here. And so we've kind of pre-recorded some of our Philippians study as we're going to get into. But we wanted this episode kind of as an intro where we've been, what we've been up to the last couple months, to come out sooner, so that way it's relevant to what's going on in current. So we actually start our series next Tuesday.
Yeah. So next Tuesday we'll be leading into our Philippians study. But while we've been on our break, we've been working on a lot of stuff throughout this summer. The first thing is, and you'll see behind us, is our Mindset Reset Study Guide. This is going to go along with the whole series of Philippians. Yep. So we put it out on social media. I was blown away by how many people purchased the study guide. It was awesome.
Great response.
But we do still have some available. Yep. So if you want to get your hands on that study guide before we start next Tuesday, go ahead and get that ordered, and we'll get that shipped out to you as soon as possible. And hopefully you'll have it within the next week or so.
Should be close. I mean, usually when I've been shipping stuff out, it's been like 2-3 days. So depending on where you're at. So I try to get them shipped out the next day. I try to. So.
Yeah, and I'll just go ahead and throw this out there. If you've purchased something and you've not received it yet, shoot us an email. We think that we've got everything order filled at this
shipped
point.
And to you. Yes, by now.
But we're human too, so if there's been a mistake along the way, please let us know, and we will check into that. As Ashlee already said, we did pre-record our Philippians episodes, and I do like for you guys to know that. This one is more live at this moment.
Yes.
We're just a couple of days ahead of when it's coming out, but the rest of them are pre-recorded, and we like for you guys to know that, because if something current event that comes out, we've been asked before, like, hey, why didn't you address this, or why didn't you talk about this? Well, there's a reason, and it's because we've already recorded all of those episodes. So sometimes we feel led that we need to talk about something on social media, but we are not huge social media fans.
Right.
So sometimes we just like to be
quiet.
quiet.
Y'all know that already. And it's not that we're trying to hide or be silent from something that's going on. It's just, we've already recorded our episodes. And so sometimes we're
working on the next thing as y'all are hearing everything for the first time.
And that's the only way for us to be able to put out the study guides like we've been trying to do the last couple times, is to get ahead and work ahead. Or else the way we were doing it before, it was literally week by week, editing, getting it out. And that was really hard on us. And we had no break. If something were to happen, like, we were trying to scramble to see how we were going to record. And so it's just been easier for us to get our content, get our study guide, and get everything recorded to where we know we're going to have episodes ready for you guys. So we've been working on all that. So we've been busy. We have been busy recording, just, not live. So I guess that's why it seems like it's been a while since we've been in here.
Yeah. We also, I know forever ago, we mentioned not just the study guide, but actually working on putting a book together. And that is in the editing process. So our part is done. Yep. We have it in an editor's hand. They are working on it. And so just stay tuned for that. So that's been another big thing that we've been working on. That's been new. And so we've been trying to navigate that on our own.
Yeah, we've never read a book before. And when you're co-authoring a book, that's even
a little
bit more challenging too, because it's, all right, you break this up, trying to keep the same voice and making sure everything flows right. So we're learning. And so we debated on, do we want to self-publish this? what do we want to do with it being our first book and us not really saying that we're writers? I would not say either one of us are professional writers.
No.
We decided to go with a publishing company, and I actually met a gentleman through a conference at a local church who has his own publishing company. And so we're going through them. They're not only just helping us with edits, but also doctrinal wise, just making sure everything is aligned to scripture and that everything follows biblically like it should, which we thought was very important as well, just to have.
And then having it printed.
So we're actually probably halfway through the editing process at this point, I believe. So we're very excited to hopefully announce in the next couple months, maybe our book will be available.
So our study guides, we do self-publish those.
Yes.
So if you find mistakes and things like that along the way, we're doing the best that we can. But we like to try and get those put out as quickly as possible. Where the book itself, we really wanted to take some time and spend some time on that. We have a few things that are coming up in the fall. We wanted to go ahead and tell you, and we've already posted it on our social media pages, but our Ladies' Night of Worship at Talmo Baptist Church, that's where my husband pastors. This will be our fourth annual Ladies' Night of Worship, where Ashlee and I are going to be speaking at that. But this year, it's going to be a little bit different. We've got some special guests that are going to be joining us on stage. It's going to be more of an interactive night of worship. I think it's going to be something different, a little bit different than what we've ever done before. So we're really excited about that. We've been working on that. We also have a ladies overnight retreat in October that we're going to be doing at Camp Pinnacle. So that'll be a weekend retreat, and we're really working on that.
Yes.
So we've had a lot of things in the pipeline, and again, we're two stay-at-home moms, part-time jobs. Taking care of our kids, running them to and from all of their sporting events, pastors' wives. So we still have our obligations with our home churches. So we're doing the best that we can. So that's why we took a big, long break. We just wanted to touch base with you guys on all of that. But we have had a very eventful summer. So Ashlee, tell us a little bit about what your summer has looked like.
It's gone by really fast, I will say. So today was actually my kids' first day back at school, which I realized that they are going back a lot sooner than a lot of schools. I'm like, why?
We still have a few more days, not too much, but a few more days before we go back.
I was talking to some ladies at practice last night, and they go back next Wednesday, and y'all are next Friday, right? So I'm like, why are they going back so early? Anyway, so it's their first day back at school. So summer went by fast. We vacationed early, like right when they got out of school, which I love because the weather is great. You cannot beat the weather. But then it kind of doesn't feel like we had a vacation because it was so early. I know. I'm like, did we really have a vacation? But just busy. It was like right after vacation. It was Vacation Bible School, and we had like a church yard sale thing that we did, back to school bash type thing. It's just been kind of busy. And then recently we just took the kids to the Arise Youth Conference in Pigeon Forge. So we had 11 boys, all boys that went on that trip. No girls. So we've told these girls next year that y'all are coming. We got to break up the monotony. But no, it was really good. Had a good time with them. We were there from last Sunday night into the following Friday, and just had a great time. We ended up having 4 out of our 11 kids get saved during that conference. So they're already excited to go back next year. So just a great time. And now here we are ready to get back into school routines and everything else. That's why I think this study came at a great time for, I think,
we've got to reset our mind
now. It's time to reset, to get back into that mode and back into our routines again. And so what about you? You've also had an eventful summer.
So we did the same thing. We went on our summer vacation the week that school got out.
We were gone about the same time.
I think we were, So we did a really big vacation this year. My parents in December will be celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary. I'm an only child, as I've talked about before, and my mom wanted us to do a big family trip to celebrate their 50th wedding anniversary. And you would think, well, it's summer and their anniversary is not until December, but when you have 4 kids in school and church events and all of these things, that was the only time that we could really do something all together. So we took a cruise. We went to Puerto Rico, St. Martin. We did Royal Caribbean's Castaway Cay, and that was a lot of fun. We had an amazing trip, but we got to celebrate them. Derek and I in September will be celebrating our 20th wedding anniversary. So it was just a big trip just to celebrate all the things.
Yeah, celebrate everything.
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. Summer, again, for us has gone by so fast. I feel like I didn't do anything, you know, just locally that I really wanted to do, and yet we've stayed really busy doing I don't know what.
I know, that's what I'm like. I didn't get to take them to the pool. We didn't go to the pool one time. We didn't even go on our boat. We did nothing. And so I'm like, what if we done this summer?
Yeah. So my older kids are both in sports. And so Landon and Maddie both have had football and volleyball all summer long.
I'm not ready
so
for
4
that.
days a week, they get up in the mornings, they go to their sports, they get home around lunchtime, and they're really exhausted. They've been this has been the first summer that Maddie's been driving, so kind of doing her own thing a little bit, and she's been super helpful around the house, which has been wonderful. But it's been a lot. But then we had Vacation Bible School as well. We've done some back to school. We had our back to school bash on Wednesday. And I went to Bolivia a couple of weeks ago.
We were going again at the
trip.
same time.
Yeah.
I was at a rise, she was at Bolivia.
I was in Bolivia. So we took a group from our church to go do some mission work in Bolivia. We did some door-to-door evangelism. We were able to host 2 Cultura Fest. That's what they call them. And it's where we bring multiple cultures together, because we have the Bolivian culture, but then we had the American culture that came together, and then we would go out into the villages. Sometimes they spoke a different language, so sometimes we would have 3 different languages going on, and trying to communicate with them. We were able to share the gospel on multiple occasions. It was an amazing trip. It's probably one of the best mission trips I've ever been on, just getting to see different cultures come together and worship the same God. There was one morning before we went out to do door-to-door evangelism that our whole mission team, our mission team from the U.S., the whole mission group from Bolivia, we just sat in a circle and we sang some familiar songs that we both knew. One was I Have Decided to Follow Jesus. We were singing in English. They were singing in Spanish. Another group was singing in Quechuan, and it was amazing. Yeah. It was like, wow, we have no idea what the other person is saying, and yet we feel the Spirit moving, knowing that He is the Lord of all of us. Yeah. And what is heaven going to be like? We're all going to be able to understand one another, but it's going to be all nations and tongues coming together, worshiping the same God. And it was really beautiful. But I'm also glad to be home. I didn't have Derek there with me or any of the kids. That was the first time I've left them by myself, and he managed well.
Yeah, that's good.
He did a great job. Of course, my mom stepped in a lot to cook food and get the kids where they needed to be. So they did fine without me. I kind of wanted them to miss me a little bit.
I'm sure they did. I'm sure they did miss you.
I missed them. I was on the mission trip about Wednesday. It just hit me that I was really homesick. And I'm like, I still have several days left to go. But then the Lord's mercies are new every morning. That Thursday morning I woke up and I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go.
Let's do this.
Let's do it. Yeah. Let's finish strong. And so it was a great trip.
That's good.
Great trip. What are some things that you have been reading, studying on your own?
Not a whole lot. I'm not going to lie. Not a whole lot.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot outside of, I mean, I did start a book yesterday I'm reading. I don't even know what it is. Because I was like, I need to start back reading. Other than just like.
What about your Sunday school class? What are y'all working
Sunday
through
school,
right now?
That's basically all that I'm doing. And then I'll pick up Proverbs. So we're studying out Proverbs. And so when I go to sit down and I grab the Bible, I'm like, all right, what day is it? And I pick up and read that chapter of Proverbs. It's kind of like what I've been doing. But that's always good. If you're looking for something to read and you're not sure what direction to go, whatever day of the month it is, pick up and read that chapter of Proverbs, because every chapter in Proverbs can help you.
Yeah, lots of wisdom.
Lots of wisdom. So that's basically what I have been doing and working through and studying with Sunday school and things. And then on our monthly Bible studies, we've been going through like the women of the Bible. And so
that's good.
When I did mine, I guess it was last month, I went back to Eve and kind of like what we did on Eve, and we kind of started with that. And so every lady in our church, well, not every lady, but they have all chosen a different month, several of them, to teach. And so that's going to be fun. So just kind of going back to some of that, in which it made me think, like, eventually we may have to pick up the New Testament women of the Bible.
Yes.
Because that was fun. I did enjoy that series that we did.
I did too.
Because I've gone back since then and kind of listened to some of it. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I forgot what we even talked about.
I know. Sometimes people will talk to me about a specific episode of something that we talked about. And I'm like, you have to realize that could have been 2 or 3 years ago. I don't remember.
No idea what we talked about.
I've talked a lot since then.
I have no idea what we talked about.
Yeah. Between podcasts, Sunday school, women's events, different things like that. We've taught on a lot of stuff that sometimes I'm like, I don't.
And I wish I could retain it all.
I'm glad that I said that.
I know. And I wish I could retain it all.
Yeah.
And just remember everything that we talked about and studied, because it's like, I remember certain things, but like, I don't remember everything.
Right.
And I'm like, I wish I could retain that more. But then sometimes I'll go back and listen to our old ones.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I want to know more about, we did an episode on that. Let's go back and refresh my memory. I've never been a good retainer of information.
I'm not either. I wish my brain would hold everything. Especially scripture memorization.
No.
That is something that's I really
key. So it's like, what can we control, alt, delete, and get rid of, and put that in?
I know. I need to delete a whole bunch of useless information that's in my head.
I know. And get some of the good stuff in there.
It just keeps hanging around, and then I need to put some of the new stuff.
What are you studying? Anything
well,
interesting?
I brought a couple of books. So my Sunday school class, and that I've been reading, I have 3 different books that I am like right smack dab in the middle of, so I'll pick up one. It's so confusing sometimes.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'd be like,
Yeah, so I have this that I'm showing if you're watching online, but it's Having a Mary Heart in a Martha World by Joanna Weaver. We've been studying that in my Sunday school class. I'm actually almost done with it. I've only got a couple more chapters left. It's been really good. Yeah, because I feel like I am such a Martha. Like, I feel like there's so much that has to be done. I
am too. I never just sit.
Especially in ministry. Like, I get so caught up in like, well, this has to be done. That has to be done. I'm studying for this. I'm doing that. And sometimes I just forget to sit at the feet of Jesus and just, one, worship him, but then 2, just let him fill me.
Right.
You know? And so this has been a really good read, a good study just to remind me of that. We do a monthly women's Bible study as well. We're studying Experiencing God by Henry Blackaby. I would say it is not just for women, it's for everybody. But it's been very challenging too. He talks a lot about look where God is working and join him there. And so it's been very challenging for me. I tell people all the time, sometimes you read those books and it just messes you up in the head, you know, because you're like, oh, there's so much that needs to be done. Right. What can I do? And so I feel like with that one, it's like, God, I want to be in the center of your will. I want to be working in your will. Show me where that is so that I can join you.
Yeah.
And rather than me trying to make up my own way and do my own thing. So it's been a very challenging read, but it's been very good. And then I'm reading, this is The Water Keeper by Charles Martin. This is a fiction book, and I finished a Charles Martin book not too long ago. Derek was reading this one, and I picked it up to read on my way to Bolivia. It's kind of a tough read because it's about modern day slavery or trafficking, human trafficking, and it's hard.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it's interesting. I'm not very far in it. I can't tell you if I recommend it yet, but Charles Martin is a great author. So, if you like fiction books, I have steered away from fiction books for years. And this year, I'm like, you know what? I just want to bring back. So this is my 3rd one that I'm reading this year.
Picked up and
but I've not read one yet that I'm like, I've got to recommend to everybody. So if anybody has any good, I don't say it has to be Christian, but I want it clean.
Yeah. Well, we were over at the girl that does our t-shirts. We were over there picking up some stuff from her. And her mom was talking about, because I was like, we were talking about books, and I was like, I just want a good series that, I could pick up and read, and just kind of mindlessly, if I'm in the car ride or line, something like that. And she recommended a series to me. She's like, I've already finished all these books, and she gave me her books. And so I started it yesterday, but I can't remember what they're called to even see if you even know what they are. But it seems good. I only got through like a couple chapters, but like they seem like they're going to be pretty good. And I think it was like a series of like 3 or 4 or 5 different books.
See, I would like that.
Yeah, I'll see if I see how it goes, and then maybe I can recommend it next time.
This is the girl right here that grew up on reading the Sweet Valley High series. That was probably even before your time.
See, I didn't read growing up. I hated it, and I still have to. I have to push myself, but I've got to where I enjoy it more now that I've gotten older. But I was one of those that I hated reading, period.
So I'm a little bit older than Ashlee, but my cousin Stephanie and we would get the Sweet Valley High books, and then we would trade them off. She would read one, I'd read another one, then when we were done, we would switch. I read a lot of those when I was probably upper elementary, middle school. And then I got to high school and I quit reading altogether. Yeah. All the books that we were supposed to read, I read the Cliff Notes. I never read the entire book.
I don't think I ever read an entire book.
But now I'm an adult and I'm trying to go back and read some of those because I'm like, I'm sure they were great books. I did read 1984. I think I shared this. I went back and read that one. That was a read that I was supposed to have read when I was in high school. Read the Cliff Notes. Got by somehow, went back to read it. I don't know. It's a weird book.
I don't even know what it's about. I don't even remember that one being. The only thing that I remember reading was Of Mice and Men.
Oh, yeah.
I think I actually did read that book.
I didn't, but I know that was on my reading list. The Scarlet Letter was another one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know that I read all of that one.
I didn't read any of all that. I don't know.
But I did read some of that one, too, I think. That one might be a good one to go back and.
I know. Some of these
that one wasn't a bad book.
Yeah.
Anyways, I was just not a reader until, honestly, we really started this, and I just started reading a lot more things. And I started enjoying it. I mean, as long as it has to be something interesting for me, because I just can't. I picked up several that I'm like, oh, I just can't.
I can't read this.
I can't do it. I have to think too much, or I don't know. I'm just not in general a reader. So like any type of reading,
I think that's the main thing is finding something that you enjoy. Yeah. And I think that as far as fiction is concerned, I'm struggling with that. Yeah. And I want to find just like
something that you can mindlessly read.
But it's not like sappy either.
No, yeah.
And I feel like that's the problem with like a lot of Christian fiction is that it's like, come on now.
I know, it's not real life. It's not real life.
Yeah. I do want something that's going to challenge me.
Right. I do too. I get it. And then I like some of the Jonathan Pokluda books because I still need to read his new one, because those, I like those. They're good reads, and it's not like I get something out of it, right? I learned something, but it's not too much.
Still, over the last few years, my favorite book that I have read, though, is The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry.
Ah.
Yeah, that would be one that I would 100% recommend to everybody. The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. I hope I have that right. Read it. Very challenging.
What is it about? Like, what was the overall?
Just how we rush through everything and...
we don't have time to...
Yeah. Like you caught me off guard. It's like, I know these books were really good, but now I'm like,
trying to
wait
think
a minute.
about what
I just remember it was so good, but let me think of what it was about. How we just rush through everything and how we just
got to get to the next thing.
Yeah.
But we are like that.
Living this life that we've got to get to the next thing. And we're not enjoying and letting God speak to us in the moment that we're in right now.
We're not, because we very, very rarely do we have any still moments.
Yeah, and I think that really leads us into, as new episodes are going to be released, we're going to be working on the next series behind the scenes. But again, we've got lots of things going on. So we've got a couple of speaking engagements, as we've already talked about. Mm-hmm. But before we even came on, Ashlee was talking about both of your boys are going to be in football this time.
Yep.
Right? All 3 of mine are in football, plus Maddie is in volleyball. Yeah. If you don't hear from us for a while,
it's about to get really busy. And my kids are not playing around our house this year.
So you're having to drive.
We're having to drive, 35, 40 minutes to get them to practice and stuff. And then their games will be even further away. So that's just going to be challenging, but we're working through it. So yeah, it's going to be busy, like a busy next few months.
Yeah. Not only personally, of course, being wife and mom, pastor's wife as well. Yes. Y'all have a lot of stuff going on with the church.
Yep, always.
Growing church.
Always.
God is still doing some great and mighty things. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, and I still don't think we've seen it yet. Aaron and I keep talking like we just feel like God's about to do something big, you know, and he already has done a lot of big things. But yeah, just still growing. I mean, we're averaging, you know, for us, like 130 something every Sunday, amazing, which is great. Still seeing, you know, God moving in hearts and lives. And I think I kind of mentioned this, but now on top of Sunday school and the women's ministry, I'm leading the choir now. And so that's been kind of a challenge for me, and trying to do that. I've done it like a youth choir type before at some other churches, but never the big one. So, but no, things are great. God just keeps moving and keeps sending people. And so it's been really good. We're about to start Wednesday nights back up, and we're going to break off the younger kids this time. Like last year, starting that back up for the first time, we kept everybody together. So we're going to start breaking the littles apart now and having their own class. Just making some small things as we go. You know, we're just kind of learning that's all you have to do as we go and moving with the growth. So just taking it one step at a time, but things are going really well.
That's awesome.
So and I know they're going still well at Talmo. So
Talmo's great. I feel like we're really in a discipleship season of what we have. We had some exponential growth over the first 3 years that we were there. We're still seeing new people come in. But I also feel like right now is just a season of discipling the people that we have. And just trying to find the right places for everyone and getting some new people into teaching groups. And because when you have such huge growth at one time, you go through some growing pains with that too, and trying to adjust and figure out who needs to serve in what capacity and who doesn't. And I know for Derek and I personally, before we've figured out exactly what God wanted us to do, there was a lot of weeding out of what God didn't want us to do. So we would try, let's teach this class, or let's try this ministry, and we would realize, wow, we are not cut out for this. And so we've got to figure out where God wants us. And so I feel like we're trying to work through that with a lot of our people at our church. But
because you can say yes to a lot of things, but is it the right yes? You know, we've talked about that before. Is it what the Lord is calling you to do? Because if he hasn't given you a burden for what you're doing, you're not going to be able to sustain it. Right. And so you've got to have a burden for whatever it is.
Yeah. You know? And when you say burden, you want to have a burden for something that means something to you, but you don't want it to be a burden to you.
And that's what it can become. And then if you don't have that, like, oh, I just feel the Lord's leading me to this. You know, he's leading me to start this class, or to head up this group, or to head up this ministry. And if you just do it just because somebody else thinks that we need it in the church, then that's when it can become a burden on you, you know. And it shouldn't feel like work all the time, right? Like serving the Lord should be one of the greatest things that you get to do.
It's your it should be your passion.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm so excited for what I get to do for the Lord. And so just trying to figure out some of that for us.
And it's different for everybody.
Yeah. But still loving the people, loving our place of service. It's been amazing. Yeah. It's been amazing. And so there is nothing greater than getting to serve the Lord, getting to do that alongside of your family, bringing your kids along with you. And so I'm just excited about this upcoming year, about with the podcast, what God has in store for that. I say upcoming year, we're in the middle of a year. I understand that. But because we've taken a break, I'm looking at it like the next school year.
We're like halfway through this.
What are we doing? I feel like I am having a control-alt-delete right now. Yes. Like, okay, I'm shutting back down, and I'm going to pop back up more energized and ready for whatever God has in store for us. So we're super excited about that. So glad that you have joined us. We just wanted to chit chat today, catch up on some things, because as we said at the beginning of this episode, we have pre-recorded our episodes for the book of Philippians. Again, if you have not already, check out our study guide, Mindset Reset. It is our study through the book of Philippians. We have different things in there. I think we've talked about this before. It's much like our Armor of God study, but it is going to have some challenging questions for you to help you grow in your faith. It's got some fill in the blank with our podcast, a memory verse. So let's work on that. And we'll try and touch base with you all in between our episodes on social media, but don't hold us to that, because
we wanted to do that last time and we didn't, but
we start out strong and then we're like, I don't know.
No, we hate coming on social media. Like, y'all have to know that, but we know the world that we live in. Like, that's how you communicate with people. And so we really have to get better at that.
But thank you guys so much. This has been fun, just catching up. Ashlee and I needed to catch up too. Yes, so it's been good for us.
It's been a while. So hopefully you've noticed we've got some new cover art on our podcast. Our intro is a little different. We're just kind of freshening some things up for this coming up year. We're going to have a new logo kind of to go along with everything, just kind of updating after a few years. We just made a few changes.
And make sure, if you are in the North Georgia area, save the date for Friday, September the 18th at Talmo Baptist Church. It's going to be a great night. We have worship. We're going to have a lesson. We're going to have some testimonies. Then we go over into Family Life Center and we have food and shopping. I mean, it's a great night. So go ahead and mark your calendars for that. Be on the lookout on our social media pages, because we will be posting the registration very soon for that. But we're also going to have some merch to go along with that night. Now, want to make sure that we make this clear. We've got some merch on our website, or that we're going to be adding to our website along the way. This is for pickup for the Ladies' Night of Worship at Talmo. We are not ready to ship these yet. So make sure you only pre-order these if you are wanting to be at, or planning on being at, the Ladies' Night of Worship at Talmo Baptist Church in Talmo, Georgia.
Been to those the last few years. We have a booth there, and we normally do a big merch order for this event. And we have t-shirts, sweatshirts, bags, you know, whatever we decide to do that year, as well as the event t-shirt for the night. We usually sell those as well at our booth. But a lot of times we run out of things that people want. So we run out of sizes, and then we do orders afterwards, and that takes some time to get to you. So what we have decided to do this year is to do a pre-order for the merch that we will have that night. We can't guarantee what we will have that night, because we're hoping the pre-order takes care of a lot of it. So if you are wanting to order any of our merch, or if you would stop by our table that night, we are encouraging you to go ahead and place your order on our website. We're going to have that up hopefully within the next couple of weeks. Keep an eye on social media, and we'll post when that link is available. Go ahead and pre-order. That's just going to help us to get everybody what they want for that night, and make sure we have it. And we'll have it bagged up, ready for you. Just come by the booth to pick it up that night. We will have some other things there. We're not going to tell you everything that we're going to have there, but as far as the merch goes, most of it will be pre-order this year. So make sure you keep following us and look for the link to get that done. I mean, we're just a month and a couple weeks out. So just like 6 weeks out from that event, it'll be here before you know it, but we're really excited about it and can't wait to see. We look forward to seeing all of y'all there every year. That's really,
it's a fun
I look
night.
forward to it every year. So, but I think that's going to wrap up our little chit chat. Next week, we're going to start in the series, our Philippians series, Mindset Reset. So we cannot wait to see you back here next week and start beginning that study alongside of each and every one of you. Remember, as always, a sincere desire to become purposeful women of God starts with changing focus from me to thee. God bless from our hearts to yours. See ya.
Bye.